Hey guys, it's Master and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So first of all, we're going to talk about the always on display. Because the display on the Redmi Note 10 Pro is AMOLED, you can make use of that AMOLED. You can take that advantage and have the always on display. So first thing you want to do is to go into settings and you want to click on that option that says always on display. Click on that and now we can turn on the always on display, and also you have a ton of themes and signature to choose from. So you have analog, kaleidoscope, digital, and also you can select colorful and nice background. So I'm just going to select one and give it a color, apply, and now that's the always on display. Okay, so I'm just going to close it. You tap on the screen and you have that theme there. Okay, the next would be the 120Hz display. So right out of the box, the 120Hz display option is not enabled on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So if you want to enjoy that higher refresh rate for smoother usage and smoother scrolling, you go into settings, select your display and scroll down to where it says refresh rates and select on the 120Hz refresh rates, and this would make everything more smoother and increases clarity. So you can see if you go, you have that better scrolling option, which is really great. The next tip would be the new control center. So MIUI 12 features a new control center, but that doesn't come enabled. So you want to go into settings and down onto notifications and control center. Click on that, and here where it says control center style, you want to click on that and select the new version, and now you've got the new version of the control center. So if you come to the top and you swipe on the right side, you have that new control center that gets its inspiration from the iPhone 12 or the Apple iOS. So the next tip is something we call Video Toolbox. So you need to go into settings and search for Video Toolbox and click on Video Toolbox, and all you have to do is just enable that toggle, and you can select the applications you want to have Video Toolbox. So I have YouTube enabled. What I need to do now is go to YouTube, and all I have to do is just swipe from the left and I have my Video Toolbox. So here you can have shortcuts to applications, you can change the style, you can record, take a screenshot, screencasts, and the last option will bring us to the next tip, which is playing videos with your screen turned off. So if you click on that option, you can play videos with your screen turned off. If you're playing a video, listen to a podcast or listen to music, and you want to slip your phone into your pocket, all you have to do is just make sure the video is playing and then swipe and then click on that option, and you see the screen is turned off but the video is still playing. So this is really helpful when you want to go out and you want your phone in your pocket. The next tip I want to share with you would be called gestures. So this is more like a full screen display. It lets you swipe from the right to the left and swipe from the bottom. All you have to do is go into settings, search for gestures, and just enable gestures. So now I have that enabled. I don't need to learn. And if I swipe from the bottom, it goes to my applications, and if I swipe gently, it takes me to the recent apps. Here I can see all my recent apps. The next feature I want to share with you is for most people that are gamers, and it's called the Game Turbo. So this is pretty helpful when you are playing games and you don't want to have a lot of disturbance, or you want to do a lot of things while you're playing games. You have this option called Game Turbo. So you also swipe from the left side of the screen and you have this option, have this drop down here. I can record, take a screenshot. Also I can turn this and bring up Facebook, so I can read my Facebook messages while I'm still playing the game. I can also, you can move this around or swipe out to take it away from the screen. One other thing you can do is open your web browser. So if you want to have a walkthrough of a particular part in the game, you can do that. So this is pretty handy. Also swipe it away from the screen. It's pretty helpful. Also here you can see the FPS that the game is running at, the GPU, the CPU, RAM, everything that's happening in the game. You can see it from here. You can also turn on your Wi-Fi. There's a lot of settings, and this is pretty handy for those that are gamers. Now the next feature or tip I want to share is called Smart Wake. Basically, you can tap your screen to wake, and what we need to do is to go into settings, and here you want to click on always on display, and here you can enable raise to wake and double tap to wake. Now we're going to lock the phone and double tap, and it wakes up, and let's lock it again and we raise it and it wakes up. So this is pretty nice when you don't want to use your passcode. All you have to do is just double tap, or you want to see the time on your display, just double tap and it wakes up the phone. It comes in very handy. One of the nifty features of MIUI 12 I want to share with you is Wi-Fi share with QR code. So you can share your Wi-Fi password with QR code. All your friend has to do is scan the QR code. So basically go into your Wi-Fi. So I'm going to click on my Wi-Fi and it brings up the settings, and I just need to tap it and this QR code comes up. All they have to do is take their phone, open their camera, scan the QR code, and they would connect to the internet. This comes in handy. You don't have to call out your password to all your friends. The last tip and trick I would love to share with you is called floating window. So this is very helpful when you want to do a lot of things at the same time. I've got my floating window. Let's say I want to open a browser. I have the browser here. It's the browsers on the floating window. At the same time, I can have Instagram opened and I still see what I'm doing on the web browser. I can still browse while I'm on Instagram, and I can move the floating window around. I can increase the size, and I can make it pull it back to become a full screen. So this is pretty helpful if you want to do a lot of things. Also, you can make this a floating window or a split screen. Select this, and I'm just going to exit split screen, and when you do this, just long press and click on floating window and it becomes a floating window. So those are my top 10 tips and tricks. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click the like button, drop a comment in the comment section which is your favorite tip, and let me know what videos you'd like to see about the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And until next time, I am Mastercard. Peace.